Hey guys, Penguin here, and today I'm going to be bringing you another Terraria tutorial, this time on the Expert Mode Eater of Worlds. If you want to take an in-depth look at all the recommendations I give for this fight, take a look in the description. But as you can see here, I'm using a standard grappling hook, a bunch of all sorts of different potions that you should be able to get within the early game. Very simple. And I've got an assortment of weapons as well. You don't have to have all of these weapons, but most of these weapons are all obtainable very early game, like the spiky balls, the throwing knives. All of these are very easily to obtain in the early game. I've got some silver armor and some very basic accessories as well. You can fight the Eater of Worlds either above ground or underground. The boss becomes a little tougher above ground, so I prefer caving out the area underneath the caverns. You can use bombs and sticky bombs to make enough space, and make sure you get a couple lines of platforms as well to make it easy. Alrighty, let's get started with the fight. So, when fighting the Eater of Worlds, the general tactic is to try and avoid his head at all costs. His head does a lot more damage than his body parts. If you touch his body parts, he only does like roughly 6 to 10 damage if you're in silver armor. But if you hit his head, he can do up to like 50 damage on you. So be careful of his head at all times. Also, when you're fighting him, try and when you break him into pieces, try and destroy his head first, because if you break him into different segments, those new segments are also going to do the same amount of damage his head does. Another thing in this fight that's extremely key is mobility. You can see me using the Shield of Cthulhu to try and dash away from him when he comes up, and then when he does get on top of me, I make sure I use the hook to escape. And just keeping aware of your surroundings is really important, especially with these very simple mobility items. Moving on to weapons, penetration weapons are absolutely key in this fight. Things like javelins, unholy arrows, even water bolt if you can get that early on. Fantastic. There's a lot of early game items that you can use against this boss that will do fantastic. Even spiky balls are absolutely fantastic against this boss. You probably won't need to use all the potions that I used in this fight, but some of just the simple potions like the Hunter Potion can help a lot. For example, when he's going through the walls and you use the Hunter Potion, you can see where he's coming from, and you can really easily avoid his head damage just from seeing where he's coming from with just the Hunter Potion alone. Okay, so as the fight comes up to an end, make sure you've got around 300 HP. It is an absolute lifesaver for fights like these. So from this boss you'll get a lot of demonite ore and scales. This can be used to make the armor and the pickaxe. The pickaxe is definitely worth it, and the armor, if you're going for that style, is absolutely fantastic too. And because this is an expert goodie bag, you will also get the worm scarf. The worm scarf is a fantastic accessory, and I recommend you use this for a long time, even after hard mode. This is a fantastic item. It reduces 17% damage taken from anything. Absolutely fantastic. So I think that wraps up the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a pleasure to make for you guys. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this new tutorial series. I'm going to be going through more bosses, more difficult bosses, and more in-depth guides as well in the future. So I hope you guys do enjoy this series. So thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, have a nice day. See ya.